Hi to all of you, and thank you, Craig, for having me participating into this event. I hope first that all of you are doing well in those very unprecedented times. And indeed, the time we are in, this year of 2020, the beginning of 2021, these are exceptional times. These are times of disruption. On the positive, we see more countries taking commitments against climate change. I mean, China going carbon neutral by 2060, the new US administration rejoining the Paris Agreement, and this is supported by massive technology transformation. In the field of mobility, electric vehicle is on an accelerated rise. We see 5G, which is an excellent ground for the development of IoT, and so on. COVID-19 has been a massive accelerator of change, and especially a massive catalyzer of digital adoption, because people want to be more efficient, we want to be more resilient, therefore things have to be connected, and we want to operate things from remote to foster social distancing. And finally, all of this has been even accelerated by the massive recovery packages like no other in history, put in place by countries. And a large part of those are about digital and green, because countries have understood that you can't dissociate a step change to sustainability from digitization. More companies, more countries are taking big commitments towards sustainability. Remember the simple equation of sustainability. 40% of the emissions come from industry, 20% from transportation, 40% from building. Only 3% of IT. But digitization is the best catalyzer for reduction of carbon emission. And while sustainability was being paid lip service only 3 or 4 years ago, you've seen massive movements of companies in that direction. You've seen, for instance, in the past year, almost 400 companies signing up for the 1.5-degree trajectory of the UN Global Compact. You've seen coalitions like the EV100 to adopt electrical vehicle, RE100 to adopt renewable, EP100 to adopt energy efficiency, taking shape on putting together, gathering hundreds of companies. But the biggest tipping point has been the strong implication, investment, engagement of the investment community, really asking that our companies all become greener and more sustainable, and with enormous displacements of money and investment towards the greenest of us. So every company today, all of our companies are facing two agendas, digitization and sustainability. And the good news is that digitization can be the best friend of sustainability. So when we address sustainability as a trusted advisor for our customers, we address it in 4 steps. First, digitize. Second, strategize. Third, execute. And fourth, because sustainability is an iteration journey, it's a marathon without a finish line, we have to iterate and start again. Step 1, measure and analyze, because what gets measured gets done. The great thing here is that technology allows us to know everything about our companies. Development of the Internet of Things, which is going to be accelerated by the 5G, capacity to aggregate a lot of data into edge or centralized data centers, and capacity to run software, analytics, AI on those data, which gives sense and allow us to take action on our installations. Let's take the example of what we do with Whirlpool. We are their trusted advisor in terms of sustainability. We address with them 40 manufacturing sites. We gather the information that comes from their sites, organize it. This has led Whirlpool to organize that their sites will be zero waste to landfill, and do savings. For instance, by using recyclable packaging, save more than 1 million in 3 years in one factory. Second step, strategize. To become more sustainable throughout industry, what we see at Schneider is that there are two pillars of the journey towards more sustainability. The first one is efficiency and circularity, and the two go together. And digitization is a key enabler of those 2 points. And the second point is clean electrification. If you want to be more sustainable, your source of energy has to be carbon-free, and the only source of energy that allows that today is electricity. So what we see is a world where the place of electricity in the energy mix of everything we do will more than double in the next coming 20 years. Think about it. More investment in electricity in the next 20 years than what has happened since the discovery of electricity. And this electricity will be clean. It's going to be based on renewable, supported by storage, and mixed, of course, with digitization to manage intermittencies and characteristics of this decentralized electricity. Let's take a few examples. What we do in Italy with Padania Acque, where the fact that we have digitized the whole installation brings savings in energy, in operating costs, and in water losses. The example also that we have developed with Sanning in China, where we have integrated and digitized through a digital twin the whole life cycle approach, which helps to gain in workforce efficiency, helps training operators, and of course brings energy savings. Or what we do with Nestle Water, one of the biggest producers of bottled water in the world, where collecting all the data coming from the manufacturing plants allow Nestle to gain in production time, uptime, and reduce the production downtimes, helps Nestle to reduce the carbon footprint, and helps Nestle organize the traceability for more circularity. This is coupled, as said before, with clean electrification. And I want to share here one of the great examples of what we've done with McDermott on IO Consulting to work on offshore facilities that we want to be carbon neutral. And what is interesting here, it's not one factor that makes this facility more sustainable. It's the systemic efficiency that you find by combining many factors and combining both digitization together with clean forms of electricity with spectacular results, minus 75% in operating emissions, minus 35% in topside weight, and minus 17% in capex emission. So digitization and circularity is coupled with clean electrification. And there are two ways to do clean electrification. The first way is to source renewable energy. And over time, Schneider has become the largest trusted advisor of customers to source renewable from PPAs. Here you have one example of what we've done with a consortium of Dutch companies to source their renewable energy in Europe. The second way to source green energy is to produce it locally with microgrids, and we are developing more and more microgrids in the world. And take the example here of Miramar, which is a military base in the US. The first reason to do it was first reliability of energy supply to the base, but by doing that, we also made sure that this supply would be greener and more sustainable. Step 3, execute. And one of the characteristics of Schneider, together with AVEVA, is that we are not only advisors, consultants, but we bring technologies and solutions which can resolve the problems that we have worked on together. The first one is to make sure that everything is connected from the endpoint on the shop floor till the cloud, opening a world of possibilities for users, for operators to work on their installations. And this is what we do at Schneider together with AVEVA with EcoStruxure, where AVEVA software discuss, dialogue, and exchange in real time with our controls, with our actuators and sensors in a plug-and-play system. The second major element of execution is what we call our 4 times efficiency integration. At Schneider, we believe that sustainability will come only from one thing. It is about doing everything we do today in a much more efficient manner. And we've put together an equation of integration which is 4 times higher than any other solution. The first integration is the one of energy and automation. The second one is the one of EcoStruxure. Everything should be transparent from the shop floor till the cloud so that we can share data and work on the data. The third integration is the one provided by AVEVA and other software company of Schneider, making sure that the life cycle of installations from design to build to operation and to commissioning is fully integrated around a digital twin. And finally, going from the traditional way of managing our companies side by side to an integrated way of managing our company around unified operation center. 2020 has been a very busy year for AVEVA and Schneider in building more capabilities in life cycle integration. OIB, a cloud platform for planning, scheduling, and costing projects. We've brought on board ETAP, which is a world leader in electrical CAD, especially for industrial and electro-intensive application. And we've signed a strategic partnership with Planon, a Dutch company, a cloud platform for building management and facility management. So an extremely busy year where the combination of those new capabilities gives you the possibilities to better work on your installations, on your facilities. Going from the life cycle integration into the whole company integration, which is what we call the fourth integration, I'd like to share the example of what we do with East Water. By integrating all the data of all the elements of the company, East Water is aiming to reduce its water losses by 10%, its energy cost by 15%, and its operation and maintenance cost by 30%. And on the top of it, create many more capabilities by gathering all the data of the company and giving to itself and to its stakeholders the transparency of a digital company. Another very interesting example is the one of Walmart. When you enter into a journey of sustainability, it's not about what you do yourself, which is what we call in sustainability jargon the scope 1 or scope 2 of a company. It's integrating all the carbon footprint of what is happening with your suppliers and with your customers. And one good example around that is what we are doing today with Walmart, where Walmart contracted Schneider to help their suppliers to save 1 gigaton of carbon by 2030. So we are working today with 170 suppliers with whom we've entered into close partnership and to make sure that we're going to work together to reach more sustainability based on efficiency, circularity, and of course, the use of renewable. At Schneider, we have these characteristics that we are a big and a large and a global industrial company. And we've been for the past 20 years practitioners of sustainability. Our experience is that each step has to be scheduled in time, has to be sequenced in time. At Schneider, we started by water on energy consumption. And take our example, we've been working on energy efficiency for a long time, but every 3 years, we keep saving 10% more on our energy consumption. In the past years, we've worked on circularity, making sure that our sites would be zero waste to landfill, and making sure also that we would move our energy supply to renewable energy, and at the end of this year, 80% of our electricity that we consume in the world will be based on renewable. We have taken strong commitments. We want to be carbon neutral by 2025, net zero in our own operation by 2030, carbon neutral on our full end-to-end footprint incorporating our suppliers by 2040, on net zero CO2 on this whole supply chain on all of our operations by 2050. We have also committed to be net zero biodiversity loss in our operations by 2030. At Schneider, we believe that sustainability and digitization are closely interrelated. We've been working for the past 20 years in creating a system of integrated technologies for better energy efficiency and process efficiency. By partnering with AVEVA, we specialize in process efficiency and bringing together our energy and sustainability services dedicated to energy efficiency. We bring full solutions to our customers and partners to make sure that together we aim for a systemic efficiency, because efficiency is the only way to a greater level of sustainability. We all have a responsibility. We are the first generation to know about climate change. And because of the exponential nature of climate change, we are probably the last generation able to change the course of climate on the planet. But we have also a chance. That chance is that our generation designed digitization applied to objects, designed big data, designed AI. We have put together a set of technology to disrupt the equation of efficiency. We are also the generation that brought to the table renewable sources of energy and the possibility of clean electrification. So let's make sure together, partnering, innovating together, we bridge progress on sustainability for all on the planet. We are very excited at Schneider, together with AVEVA, to be your advisor, to be your partner in digitization and sustainability. There is a lot to discuss. I wish this event a great success, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.